Hello and welcome back to the Doctor's Garage. So today I'm in my Discovery 5 and in this video I'm going to be talking about whether the Discovery 5 is truly a 7-seater. There's a lot of cars in the market at the moment that promise seating up to 7 adults, but how many of them comfortably do? In my opinion, not very many. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Discovery 5, exploring the back of the car, taking a look at the boot space, how the seats work on this particular model, which is an HC Luxury, whether you have ISOFIX and child seating in the back of the car, can you as an adult get in the back of the car and is it comfortable? If you're interested in any of that, stick around and watch this video. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, please click subscribe to my channel. I've got loads of videos about my Discovery 5, about my Defender, so go ahead and subscribe and check out my other videos on the channel. In regards to this video, leave me a comment in the box below of what you think. So if you're watching this video, you're probably interested in buying a Discovery 5 yourself. Let's take a look around my car quickly before we then head off into the back to take a look at the seating options and whether we're going to get 7 adults in this car. So my car is a 2018 Discovery 5 HC Luxury. It has the Glacier leather, which is almost a bluey grey leather. It was only available in the HC Luxuries when this car was made. So from the outside, it is Santorini black, as you can probably see, and I've added a few bits to it myself. So I've upgraded the grille, the black lettering. I put my own dynamic pack on here as well, and overall absolutely love the look of this car. Still probably need to do the black scuttles and the wheels, but apart from that, really happy with the way this car looks. I also did wrap the back of the car as well, just to keep it in keeping with the rest of the car, and I've done a video on that too if you want to check that out. So let's take a look in the back of the car. Now I've got the 7 seats up at the moment, so we can open the boot here and take a look at what's going on in the back. So as you can see, when you've got all rows of seats up, so this row, that row and the front row, you do have very, very little boot space in here at all. You've got a small one here just for your towing accessories. So my car has the detachable Land Rover tow bar, which I keep in here, the tow ball, and that's quite handy. Actually keeps in there, easy to clip on straight under the car should you wish to tow anything as well. So this is with the seats up, and as you can see, not much boot space at all. Now you have a control panel here, which is quite cool for your 2 seats and your 3 seats. So for example, if I want to do let's get the boot completely open. If I press one of these forward like this, headrest drops, they go, that second row goes forward, and then this goes forward as well to create one. And let's do the other one as well. So you press that, headrest drops, and automatically that seat goes forward and it opens. So this is the boot space in the Discovery 5, and as you can see, it's absolutely massive. I think it actually is statistically probably one of the largest boot spaces in a car that you can get. Absolutely massive and perfect really for general kind of use, and when you've got people in the second row and you need boot space for luggage, it's great. So if we take a look in the second row of this car, really comfortable in here, loads and loads of room. This is the HC Luxury, so it has the TVs and the headrests, and you also got control, which I don't have at the moment, but really comfortable space to be. You've got all like your vent controls here, and actually you can control with the little buttons on the top here. You can actually tip this seat a little bit further back, and there's also a control here, as you can see, to control whether you go forward and backwards as well with the seat, which is quite nice. So second row, great. And as you can see, when you look into the boot there, loads and loads of space. So let's try this now. If I come round. So before we dive into the seating, let's take a quick look at the control panel. What else is on here? So you've got this little shelf that goes up and down at the back of the car. I think it's called event seating, a Land Rover, and actually really helpful and handy little tool to sit on. And you've also got a shelter from the rain, which is quite nice under there, with lighting in it too, which is always good. So on here as well, you've got the air suspension control. So as you can probably see on there, down and up. So for example, if I press down, probably hear the car dropping, and again, slowly going up. So you can control and actually go to off-road height, so you can go all the way up too, which is quite a good feature. It sounds like a bit of a gimmick, but if you're towing something, for example, you can bring your tow ball right under the hitch point and then slowly raise it up until you get there, which is actually quite a useful tool. So seating wise, let's bring these seats back up. So you pull them towards you like so, and when you do that, those seats go forward and these come right up. So if you look at it from this angle, you press a button here, drops the seat forward. And once that's there, you can then slide the seat on its rails backwards. And then you've got controls here for the back seats too, so you can push them forward. It is. That comes forward and they raise up like so. So they actually look like normal seats, which I think for a lot of people with third row seating, usually they're kind of weird jump seats and not really proper, whereas these in this car do feel like a proper another row of seats. And then you've also, obviously, you've got your headrests, which can raise up, and you can also drop the headrest as well from the main control panel, which is always handy if you're driving and you can't reach into the back. So getting in and out of the car, it's not the easiest to get into when you get into the back, but actually, when you do climb in and sit down in here, it's actually not that bad at all. So if I can sit behind these seats here, I'm just over 6 foot, and I've got a little bit of leg room here on my knees, so it's not too bad. And I'm sat in the back here, and in the back, you've actually got quite a lot of comfort. So you've got storage shelves. In here as well, you've got charge points. You've got USB charge points in the back here, which is quite nice. And actually, with the pan roof, quite a nice place to be. It doesn't actually feel that tight at all. Like I can sit in here quite comfortably. I could have someone next to me. It isn't as comfortable as being in the middle row, but it's not far off really, and actually quite a comfortable place to be overall. The other great feature about the third row is it actually has proper ISOFIX points in the back. So if you've got child seats, you can put both seats in the back of the car and still have the whole middle row free. And that's a really, really nice feature to have, which some cars don't have that. They don't have ISOFIX in every seat. In this car you do, which is a real bonus if you've got children and you're trying to carry a car seat. So the final option with this car, if we drop these seats forward and just slide this seat back in place, is to drop every single seat in the back. So that's the third row. And if we now drop the second row, headrests go down and they go down. You can literally sleep in the back of this car. So it's about 7, probably 8 foot to the back of the front seats now. With the seats down, it's a huge space, and probably one of the best features about Discovery is the fact that it's pretty much flat as well. It lays like a flat bed, which is good if you're transporting anything. You've essentially got a van as well as having your family 4x4. You can then also, with the seat arrangement, if you wanted to, there's the controls here for the back, so you can also just put the back seats up and leave the middle row down. And again, nice features. You've got cup holders and stuff in the back of here. Just flip those headrests up and you've got seating in the back, and you can have something in the middle. I don't know why you'd ever want to do that, but there's always an option there. Maybe you could use this as a bit of a table if you wanted to in the back. But a good feature that you have the flexibility and the options for that. And again, with these buttons here, you can drop that one. The only thing that worries me about this is my car is, 3 and a bit years old. There's a lot of electric motors responsible for this, and Land Rovers aren't the best when it comes to anything electric. So it does worry me a little bit that maybe at some point some of these motors in parts of these seats will go. It's probably the first time actually I've sort of done this much moving of the seats with it, and so far it seems all good. But yeah, and then again you can do this. So this section is a double, so this comes up in a double, as you can see. And then if you want to obviously store something long, you can do that through here as well, which is quite nice to have that option to do that. So just those 2 seats come up and the rest stay down. So when this car was first launched, one of the things they talked about was being able to do it on the app, which you can do on the Land Rover app. I've never done that in the time I've owned this car. I have done it on the center control panel inside, but I've never thought about doing it on the app. But in theory, you could do it, I suppose, if you're bringing something heavy to the car and you want the seats laid flat. In real life, you've obviously probably got something in the back, you've got a child seat in the back or something like that, but it's still an option that you can do with this car. So I hope that's been useful, just to overview some of the features and seating options in the back of this car. In my opinion, the Discovery 5 is the best 7-seater car on the market, bar probably a van. It's the only one you really get proper comfort in the back, and if you've got children, it's brilliant because you can put them in the second row, in the third row. There's loads of flexible options, and you've also got that massive boot space. If you wanted to, you've basically, like I've mentioned, almost got a van that you can use for transporting things with. So if you're interested in buying a Discovery 5, and if you've got any questions about ownership of this car or anything else related to that, drop me a question or anything you want to know in the comment box below, and I'll do my best to answer them. While you're here, please check out my other videos on the channel about this car and about my TD5 Defender right here on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next video.